Ladies and gentlemen, it is 6:45, and it's continue finishing your dessert if you haven't. I notice some people have a chocolate cake they're eating, and then there's a cheesecake in front of that. So I don't know if they're on a marathon or what, but enjoy your desserts. One comment as we start here. Our goal tonight is for you to enjoy the evening, and we have structured our program so it moves along quickly, we hope. And the most time-consuming thing that can be is taking pictures. So if you would partner with us, we will take a picture of your student receiving their award. And then after we're done with the awards, there'll be plenty of time to have your picture taken you may take pictures of your family and the student and maybe the teacher, etc. So please, no photos during the presentation. It was kind of alluded to before we started in the invocation, but the proverb that you've probably heard in the past, it's an African proverb, that it takes a village to raise a child. And a child has the ability to become a healthy adult if the entire community takes an active role contributing to the child's learning and development. So tonight, we are here to celebrate your receiving your scholarships, the student's part of the job, and celebrate the parents' accomplishment in raising their child, for the teachers and school administration who contributed to their teaching, to the Dearborn Rotary serving our community. We are pleased to be part of this process in your lives and wish you the best as you go forward. And also the sponsors that contributed this evening, they are also part of your life in seeing you go forward and hoping that they can help in a small way. So we've got the photos out of the way, and the presentation of the scholarship. We ask the first group of scholars and presenters to come up, and they'll be seated over here. That would be the Harry Sisson Scholarship. You can follow right along in your program. You've probably figured that out. And there's a little bio also of the different scholarships. We have some things that'll be on the screen. So instead of us reading all that, we would hope that you would find it in the program. So if the scholars would come up and the presenters. All right, and also we have the past presidents, scholars and presenter, and the nursing for scholarship for Henry Ford College. If all of you would take your seats, and then we will begin. I see the Sisson group is all set, and they will present first. So I present Jim Thorpe.
Good evening. I am Jim Thorpe. I'm the past president of the Dearborn Rotary Club, and this year I also get to serve in the role as the chairman of the Harry A. Sisson Scholarship Committee. I asked several of the other Rotarians, I said, give me something fresh that people can't read in their program about Harry Sisson. I didn't know it was going to be that tough, but then I looked again and I saw that he passed 55 years ago. And it brought me to this idea. What are you going to do when you're gone? How are people going to remember you? Harry Sisson did a lot of things around this community. You can find his name in every single corner of Dearborn. But one of the things he did is he gave back to the community. So I'll implore the winner for this scholarship and all the other scholarships, give back to the community as you have a chance later in your life. And this scholarship winner has already talked about that when got a chance to give him his interview, saying that he looks forward to a chance to go back to his family's homeland later on in his life to support others the way he's been able to be supported here. Ali Nasser is going to be graduating from Edsel Ford High School as the valedictorian with a 4.28 grade point average. He was accepted into U of M. Luckily, he got into Harvard, so he doesn't have to go there. As a Michigan State grad, I can say that. And I already told him it's a pretty easy decision, because even if you drop out of Harvard, you're probably going to be a billionaire. So you'll have things made. But it was great getting a chance to meet Ali. We actually had to work around his college schedule to do an interview. So the winner of the 2016 Harry A. Sisson Scholarship is Ali Nasser.
Before I introduce Danya, I'd like to recognize who Hugh Archer is. Many of you have probably seen or walked by a very large brass plaque, which is on the outer wall of the auditorium. That describes Hugh Archer and is there to honor him and for all the work that he has done in the community. I'd like to introduce tonight, especially, what's particularly important about the Archer Award. We started this award 10 years ago with one $1,500 scholarship. 10 years later, we now have two $3,500 scholarships. And that comes about by the ongoing support of the people out here, and especially the family. And I'd like to introduce two of those, Lucy and Ruth, who are daughters of Hugh and have made arrangements, of course, to be here tonight with us, and Gary Markle, who is now the CEO of Spiratex, the very company that Hugh founded. So it lives on, and it's that, plus the golf outing that is sponsored in the year that continues to bring monies into the scholarship and makes it grow. So we appreciate that. Thank you, family and company. Okay, the program obviously does give the background for Danya, and I only want to highlight a couple of really interesting things about her and the program that she's graduating in. I think it's a real tribute to the Dearborn High School system for coming up with the two programs that they've come up with. This particular case, Danya is a graduate of the Henry Ford Collegiate Academy. That means it's a 5-year program at which she gets, at the end of 5 years, her high school diploma and an associate's degree. So she accomplishes in 5 what otherwise would take 6. And in her particular case, it was in the healthcare field. The thing that's also very interesting, I thought, about her was the tremendous amount of service that she's given in the area of healthcare. That's obviously where her heart is. And the bottom line of all that, really neat, her goal is to become a doctor without borders. Another very interesting goal in life. So with that, introduce Danya. Okay, James. James is the other winner of the Hugh Archer Scholarship, and point out that he is the valedictorian of the Divine Child High School. A lot of different leadership positions, Eagle Scout leader. I call him, his style of leadership, servant leadership. Not the dictatorial you will do kind of leadership, but what can we do to get this job done together? The interesting thing is, after having specialties in things like math and science and music, he's going to pursue a field in the ministry and we'll seek to start out in the seminary. So our congratulations to James.
Our next presentation will be Wasim Yunus, and it's the Past President's Scholarship, and there are 3 of them.
Good evening, everyone. I get the pleasure to announce the winners of our Past President's Scholarship. But before I do that, I wanted to recognize a few individuals. The Past President's Scholarship was initially created through the generosity of Dr. Robert Young, past president of Dearborn Rotary and retired Dearborn Public Schools teacher and administrator. Dr. Robert Young, could you please stand up? Thank you for your contributions. I would also ask for any past presidents, current president, and future presidents to be standing right now. I'd like to recognize you. I meant for you to hold your applause for 1 second. Stay standing, stay standing. I would like to thank and recognize all their hard work and selfless efforts to our Dearborn Rotary Club, who have worked tirelessly over the years to keep our club healthy and thriving. You know, becoming a president of Dearborn Rotary Club is not easy. It's a huge commitment, and 7 years to be exact. So I just want to thank you all for your hard work and your dedication and your service. You make us all proud. Thank you. So, Dearborn Rotary presents this award annually to one student graduating from each of Dearborn's public high schools or early college program. Obviously, you can read more about that in your program tonight. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our winners tonight. They're each going to be taking home about $3,000 towards their college tuition at an accredited Michigan college or university. So at that time, I'd also like to recognize the following individuals that served on the Past President's Scholarship Committee. We have Dr. Robert Young, Dr. John Artis, Councilwoman President Susan DeBaja, and Ms. Jessica Haddad. Thank you for helping out. We have 3 fine winners tonight, but we had a huge applicants, and they're all well-deserving. Now, for our first winner, she will be graduating from Etzel Ford High School in the next couple of months and attending Wayne State University in the fall. Her GPA was a 4.1. She got a 26 on her ACT, and she's ranked 18th in her class. She was a member of the National Honor Society for 2 years and serving as president during her senior year. She was also a Link Crew member, newspaper editor, and so forth. So she has many, many, many other accolades and awards. But at this time, I'd like to congratulate Ms. Fatima Idris. our second winner, she will be graduating from Dearborn High School and will be attending the University of Michigan Ann Arbor in the fall. She acquired a 4.018611 GPA, scored a 30 on her ACT, and she's ranked 15th out of 396 students. She served 4 years on her varsity swim team, marching band, and in theater. She received 3 years of academic honors, and part of her community-related service include serving for National Honor Society her junior and senior year, and she helped with Kids Against Hunger. At this time, I'd like to congratulate Ms. Erin Deutschman. And finally, our last winner will be graduating from Fortin High School and will be attending the University of Michigan Ann Arbor in the fall. She had a GPA of a 4.36, scored a 29 on her ACT, and is ranked 3rd out of 506 students in her class. She has many accomplishments, including serving on National Honor Society for 3 years, and also being a co-founder of the Joyful Heart Foundation at Fortson. At this time, I'd like to congratulate Ms. Fatima Obeid.
Now we'll ask Lee Holman to come back and a presentation for the nursing scholarship for the Henry Ford College.
Okay, this is one of the first times that we are actually recognizing the presentation of the HFC Nursing Scholarship. It's been in existence for, I'm going to guess, about 12, 14 years. And we depend on the Henry Ford College Dean of Nursing to help us and select the winner for this particular program. The credentials for it, or criteria, are identified in the program. And Andrea has already, I should say Andrea Corio has already been introduced, but she has already received her award, but we want to recognize her having received it. So we congratulate her and wish her best in the nursing profession.
Now we have a change for the Otto Rowan Scholarship, and there are a number of recipients there. So if all the recipients would come forward and take a seat, and Bob Gleichhoff, past president, will make those presentations.
As in the case of the Archer and the Sisson Scholarship, the Rowan Scholarship is named for a former Rotarian, teacher and administrator, actually principal in the Dearborn School District. Otto Rowan was an industrial arts teacher, and through his generosity and kindness, created this scholarship by donating his entire estate to the Dearborn Rotary Foundation to establish the Rowan Scholarship that has been awarded each year since that time. It incorporates all of the vocational disciplines, so the students that will be honored tonight come from a variety of backgrounds: health sciences, information technology, marketing, automotive technology, and they represent a broad spectrum of the vocational education that the Dearborn schools supplies to our students. These are among the best and brightest, and in my mind, not to slight anybody else who's receiving an award tonight, the most exciting and finest award that we present, because these students are going to do things with their hands, okay? I have spent many years in the printing business, doing things with my hands. I'm in the sign business now, doing things with my hands, whether they're going to nursing or they're going to information technology, working with computers, working on automobiles. They're going to be doing great things with their skills that they've acquired while they've been part of the Dearborn school system. And so, because they come from a variety of disciplines, they're kind of mixed up in the thing, and I don't have the information to reference which category each one is received. I will try to reference it by their bios as I read their names. The first one to come up is Basma Abdullah. Her career goal is to become a nurse, to work in the healthcare field. Our next honoree is Hussein Ali. He's Fordson High School. I sat with him over dinner. I asked him if he could figure out what's wrong with why the check engine light is on in my car. He said he could do that. So come on up, Hussein. Our next recipient is Zainab Al-Shari. She also is in the health science and plans to become a registered nurse. Our next recipient is Aya Beydoun. She is dedicated in exploring her passion for graphic design, journalism, and politics, and to be the best in her field. Our next recipient is Hussein Beydoun. He's actually already started his career. He's working at Antietam in downtown Detroit as a prep cook. My career goal is to graduate from culinary school and open my own restaurant. Our next recipient is Noor Daoud. She plans to major in design and illustration and to do zoology-based design work. This is very interesting. Back up. Put tape on it. Our next recipient is Iman Eid. She's from the Henry Ford Early College. She plans to complete the radiography program at Henry Ford College toward becoming a registered radiological technologist. Our next recipient is Aya El-Mokadem. She is interested in becoming a computer software developer and game designer, and to work as much as possible in software programming. Welcome. This student's teacher took me aside at the beginning of the evening and told me how wonderful Robert Gladwell is. He does plan to become a civil engineer, like to design and manage construction of bridges, roadways, tunnels, and stadiums. Congratulations. Our next recipient is also from the Henry Ford Early College, Eugen Ilisi. Career goal is to strive to become a physician's assistant with a specialty in surgery. Congratulations. Our next recipient is Asma Jami, whose career goal is to pursue an education in health occupation, majoring in biology, and to become a physician's assistant. Congratulations. Our next recipient is Maha Kandel El Sayed. Her goal is to study biology at Henry Ford College and then to apply to Wayne State Medical School. She would like to be an OB/GYN physician. Our next recipient is also with the Henry Ford Early College, Angela Lizardi, whose career goals are heavily focused on the design industry, my passion to share my creativity and to help people. Angela. Our next recipient is Jamal Mogali, who, a young man from Dearborn High School. His goal is to build on his experience in business and management, study at Henry Ford College, and pursue a degree in business management at Wayne State University. Our next recipient is Raneem Nasrallah, whose goal is to be a registered nurse. I currently have scholarship offers to study nursing at Mercy and at Wayne State University.
To receive the scholarship award money, you can apply after July 1st and not before July 1st. So if you would keep that in mind when you make your request, you receive the letter of the process to do that. But July 1st is the date. Also, the plants on the table are to be, you may take those home. So I'm not sure how you're going to decide who gets a plant. but yeah, they are available for you to take home. As we recognize tonight the gifts of all these students. And if you see our banner here, the International President of Rotary's theme this year is Be a Gift to the World. And one of our hopes would be that you young people would be a gift to the world as you go forward. And remember Rotary and the meaning, hopefully, that it is to you this evening. And if I don't, I guess I have no other things of business. We're done a few minutes early. Yes? Oh, yes, the pictures, there'll be group pictures.
By each scholarship group. So I'd like to roll it over here. We can do the past presidents over there.
Okay, the group picture, the Rowan scholarships will be over here, and past presidents against the other wall. And the others are just 2 or 3, so they would be against the screen. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, lining up now, we'd appreciate that. And if you want pictures with your teacher or family, you may take your pictures, your own photos too. Well, thank you for coming this evening, and